Right, so good evening to you all once again. My name is Simon Yakon, and I'm the Programs Manager at Research and Grants Institute of Ghana. Today, I'm glad to take you through one key aspect of research which we really need, and that is how to cite with a reference manager. In this case, we will be looking at Mendeley in detail. So every field is advancing, the same way research is also advancing. Just some years ago, people used to do manual referencing, and there's actually a challenge with that because sometimes you may prepare your manuscript in APA, let's say 6th edition, then the journal will tell you they need APA 7th edition reference, or sometimes they can tell you they need Vancouver style or they need Harvard style. And in this case, you have to go back. If you have forgotten, you have to go back to search how we even cite using Harvard style, which is a daunting task. So most journals prefer we use a tool. So most of the times they will tell you to either use Mendeley, Zotero, EndNote, and those popular ones. However, we even have those that are artificial intelligence based to like Boreum, for instance. You can use it to manage your references. However, we are going to look at those that are really acceptable and allowed to use anywhere. So today we are going to look at what reference management is all about. Then we look at a bit of what Mendeley is. Then we try to install and configure Mendeley across our devices. So you can install it even on your iPad, you can install it on your desktop, on your laptop, whether it is Mac, whether you are using Linux or wherever, you'll be able to install that. Then we will do a bit of importing and organizing our references. That is how to organize our library. We will look at what our library is. And once we are able to achieve this, I think we are good to go for today. It is in such a way that if you miss today and you are joining tomorrow, if you are new to the referencing stuff, it will be difficult. So once you join today, don't miss tomorrow too, because tomorrow is going to be actual thing that we are going to do. But then we need the software. We need to know everything about it before we even start. Good. So what is reference management? So when we're talking about reference management, here we are looking at basically using a reference management software or tool. Now, what do we use the tool for? The tool is used to collect, organize, to store, and even format citations. Now, we have citations and we have bibliographies here. Now, if you are doing it internally inside the work, so if it is in text, then we say that is in-text citation. However, after your whole work, you want to now make sure that everything you have cited inside is updated at the down part that we call references. Then we call that the bibliography. So for bibliography for research papers and other scholarly work. So we don't only cite in academic stuff, even in those in journalism, you realize that sometimes when you give a particular comment or something, you have to even give citations to that. So it goes beyond just research area. Any scholarly work, you can do citations there. Now, these tools are in such a way that they're able to automate the generation of in-text citations. So something that you have to be doing one by one. This time around, once you just click on a button, it gives you this, it generates the in-text citation for you directly. And it ensures that everything that you have cited in text will appear at the reference. So most often, when you do manual, you realize that there are certain in-text citations that you didn't even add to the reference list or the bibliography. And when you do that, it's not just something better. If you send a manuscript, they will return the manuscript. If you are sending it for, let's say, your academic purpose, your supervisor may even get angry and return it. Anything you cite in text, you have to make sure that it appears at the references. Now, reference management tools also make the accessibility to even take notes. So whilst you are referencing, you can even use those tools to read. And once you read, you highlight whatever you want to take through. So it's more of like a reading or a note-taking software, and at the same time helping you to generate your reference. We will look at that when we get there. Then it also allows you to import PDFs or read PDFs directly from the software, which you can take wherever you want to take, and you provide your citations. Now, one thing about reference managers are that they allow you to even share your citations with other people. You can even create a group. For example, if you're doing a group-based project, you can create a group where you share your citations. And one advantage is that even if your machine or your laptop gets missing, once you get a new machine or you get a phone, you can log in and then you get all your citations back. So it saves everything in a cloud and you are safe. So with this process, we call that synchronization. It synchronizes wherever it's in on your desktop, to your mobile phone, to your iPad, to every new device that you get, so you never lose anything. Now we have popular reference managers or management software. Those that are common to us are the Zotero, we have the Mendeley, we have the EndNote, we have the citing. There are a lot of them. However, these are very popular. Now, one thing that makes Zotero and Mendeley even more popular is that they are free. However, for EndNote, we have institutional subscription that your university can subscribe and they will give you the access. Or maybe you can even do that in a group and then you subscribe, or individually, if you can afford, can subscribe that. Now, Zotero, it's free and it's open source. Most universities prefer Zotero, especially in the United States. Now, one thing about Zotero is that it has a strong browser integration for one-click saving, just like the other ones. Then it also integrates, it's been able to help you integrate wherever in your Word or your library office or your Google Docs. You can still work whilst in your Google Docs. Then you can also have free cloud syncing and collaborative groups, so you can share it even in your cloud. And it's also very best for students and researchers who want a powerful and flexible and free tool for research organization. Then we have Mendeley. One thing is that Mendeley has a greater storage when you compare it to the other citation tools. Mendeley has 2 GB storage, even with the free version. Although you can even call for premium for other features. Even with the free that we've been using, you have a storage of 2 GB, which is very enough. It also gives you the access to manage PDFs and even take notes. It is also able to sync your library across all your devices. It's also good for researcher social network for connecting with others. So I can share my references with you from my Mendeley. I can even create a group and add you. So if, let's say, a group of people elsewhere need my reference, they want to cross-check something, what I do is that I'll just send them my references through the Mendeley, and they will have it at their end. It's as easy as that. It is also good for researchers who want a tool with strong PDF management and networking capabilities. However, EndNote is very advanced, but like I said, it is not too free. Like, even if you're using the trial version, I think within 14 days or so, you have to subscribe. And we have the subscription, you pay for it and you get that. It is very, very advanced. Yeah. It's often preferred when you want to do complex or you want to have a large organizational activity. Let's say like research and grant, we have our EndNote as an institution. Yeah, so University of Ghana have access to, they have EndNote licenses that they can share with students. It's everywhere like that. It has robust features for large research projects. It also has advanced tools for customizing citation styles, and it has unlimited cloud storage for institutional users. So if you have the subscribed version, you have unlimited cloud storage. Now, people also have cracked version, which I don't really think for you to use the cracked version of the EndNote. It's better you use your Mendeley. Now, CITAV is a paid one, but we have free trial. And our one advantage about the CITAV is that it's able to even let you do other things like if you want to build a project outline, it gives you the roadmap and those kind of things. It helps you to plan your project and other features. That is what is making the CITAV a bit of also interest. Good, but our focus today is going to be on Mendeley. So what then is Mendeley? So Mendeley is one of the free reference management software which support researchers. Like I stated earlier, it helps you to manage your references. It helps you to read and annotate PDFs. It also helps you to cite whilst you write. Now, most of these tools, it's better you cite whilst you write. You don't have to write a whole document and you will now be chasing for citations for that. It makes it very easy. So you get your paper in your Mendeley. Whilst you read a paper, you make your notes, you cite along. It makes it so seamless and flexible. It also gives you the access to collaborate. So you share your references and insights with a team or annotate together in real time. So you can have a group that you'll be discussing and you'll be taking notes on a particular PDF whilst you reference along. Interesting. Mendeley belongs to Elsevier. Elsevier is a key publication, let's say a publisher, and Elsevier developed this particular software somewhere 2013. And when you are able to get your free version of the Mendeley, it comes with 2 GB cloud storage. It also gives you access to 25 people to collaborate for sharing common documents. And it gives you 100 MB shared storage across all your groups. So you can have 5 groups, 25 collaborators, and 100 MB shared storage across the groups. It also gives you the access to sync your citation across everywhere. So if you're having your phone, you can have your citations. If you're having an iPad, you can have your citations there, and you can even cite from any of these. That is one thing about Mendeley. It's, like I said, it's for Elsevier. So Elsevier's own referencing tool is Mendeley. We have the web-based version of it, and then we have the desktop version. We look at how they look like. So we have the web-based and then the desktop. I always prefer you have the desktop version, which you can always use it anytime. Mostly the web-based will require certain things to operate only if you are connected to internet. Although for the desktop version, even without internet, you can still cite. But the web-based may require, not all the time, but may require you to have internet connection in order to access some of these citations or some of these features. Now, with the Mendeley Reference Manager, the desktop version looks like that. So you can have the desktop version looks like this. Even if you have the ordinary, the modern one, the new version, they also have a desktop version. I'll explain that in details. However, the difference is that with the old type, which is the Mendeley desktop version, that it is very red, very, very, very red when you compare it to the new one. But we are going to compare the two, and you see which one you like. I use the desktop version, the older version, but they are saying that we should try to move away from the older version to the newer one. However, the newer one also have still things they should work on. We will look at all of these things. So the desktop version is the one you download and install on your computer. Then the web-based is the one you can access even if you are just on your website, your browser, sorry. So that one, the features look like this. They perform similar activities, they do virtually same, but the desktop version is the old type, and it has a lot of interesting things. Good. Now, when you take the Mendeley's reference management suite, there are certain key things we'll be looking at. We will look at the Mendeley reference manager. We'll look at it. Then we look at Mendeley cite, how to cite from your Mendeley. Then we look at how to import directly from your browser into your Mendeley. That is Mendeley Web Importer. These are actually features associated with Mendeley that allows you to perform all your activities. Good. At this point, I'll be glad if we could all have our internet connection ready. Because we are going to install, because looking at the diagrams, we may not have interest, or we will not be able to appreciate it very well. But when we download and then we are viewing it, we'll be able to look at the features very well, and I'll take you through that. So let's look at installing the Mendeley. But before we go to installation, let's revisit the two products of Mendeley. We have the Mendeley desktop, which is the old or the original version. Then we have the Mendeley Reference Manager, which is the new or the cloud-based version, which is trying to replace the desktop. Now, recently, Elsevier has announced there should be a shift from the desktop, because they're trying to phase it out, to the newer one, which is the cloud-based, which is the Mendeley Reference Manager. We will look at it too, but we are going to look at the desktop version for this training. I like the desktop version. I'm not sure you'll do anything about it, but I like the desktop version. It gives you access to a whole lot of features at the moment. Let's look at the differences so that we look at which one you would like to go with, even on your own. Now, one thing is that mostly their activities, the way they operate, the features are similar. There's just a little difference which I'll strike out. So for example, when you look at a platform, the desktop version supports Windows, it supports Mac, it supports Linux. Then the cloud-based also can be hosted on cloud, like you can use it directly from your browser, which is an added advantage. You can even download it on your desktop, and at the same time, you can use it even if you are in your browser. So you can just go to Chrome and then you Google in your Mendeley Reference Manager. You log in, then you start using it straight away. You can also download it to your desktop. But when you download it to the desktop, the features, or it wouldn't be exact as you downloading the Mendeley desktop, the original version. Now for syncing, the desktop syncs, but it's just that sometimes it delays a bit. It takes some time. When you are trying to sync from your browser, assuming you've downloaded, or assuming you are reading a paper on Google, and you want to directly import it into your Mendeley. One thing is that if you're using a desktop version, you have to keep synchronizing. You have to keep pressing the sync for some time before it appears. But with the reference manager, it is very automatic. It syncs easily. You don't have to even bother yourself trying to sync it. The interface is that the older one looks actually older because it is old. The new one has some new things that are added, but the older one is more compact. It has a more compact interface. I love the interface of the older version. The modern one looks cleaner and user-friendly. They've taken a lot of plenty stuff from it. For PDF annotation, they are all able to perform similar thing. However, the reference manager has some features which are not just like the desktop version. It lacks a lot of features that a desktop have. Like I said, they are trying to take away and make it simple. Collaboration, they all have group collaborations. You can share across your collaborators. But then with the new one, PDF version has been limited due to copyright restrictions. So why don't we go to the old one, which is the desktop version? For citations, the new one uses only the Mendeley site. You see Mendeley site appeared when you're trying to cite, but with the desktop version, you see when you open it will appear in your Word, and you are going to see the Mendeley site automatic. I'll show you where it is. It is a plugin tool that allows you to connect your Mendeley directly to your Microsoft Word. For using it offline, the desktop version is fully functional offline. And like I stated earlier, the Mendeley Reference Manager, which is a new version, requires sometimes an internet connection for some features to work. When you are trying to integrate, the Mendeley desktop version allows you to even import documents in the form of BibTeX. It can allow you to import LaTeX. It can even allow you to import citations from other referencing tool like Zotero. So if you have Zotero Bib or Zotero, you can import from Zotero into Mendeley and you use it straight away. However, Mendeley reference have this integration, but its workflow is somehow slightly different and not familiar. You have to go through some processes. Now they are all useful. When it comes to when you should use each, the users who want powerful local PDF management should go for Mendeley Desktop, and users who want cloud syncing can go for the Mendeley Reference Manager. So these are the differences. Now let's look at how. So please go to your browser. If you are connected, let's open our browsers. Let me switch from here. I'll come back. I want to take you through. So first of all, let's create our Mendeley account. Let's create our Mendeley account. So to create our Mendeley account, any browser you are using, whether Chrome or you are using Opera Mini or any browser you are using, just open it and then you type mendeley.com. I'm giving you time. Like I said, I can't interact more like I want to do with the Zoom features. So let's go by this way. I'm sure it will work for us. So first, let's go to our browsers. Whatever browser you are using, yes, the session is recorded. Let's go to our browsers. So I'm going to open my browser. So let's say this, I'm sure you can see my browser here. So first of all, we type in mendeley.com. Then it opens like this. Because I already have the account, that is why this white page displays. But if you don't have the account, you are not going to see this white page now. You are going to see create. So if where they've indicated as login or sign up, let's try to sign up from there. Okay, let me choose a different browser from here so that I can help you. Let me choose a different browser. So I'm sure you can see this browser. I have different, it's the same Chrome, but I have different accounts. Let me see if it will be the same, mendeley.com. Okay. So because I don't have an account created for this particular email, it will open like this. So once you see it this way, the next thing is you go to create account. So you create an account with Elsevier. Sometimes even with this particular account you are creating, it sometimes helps you to download some papers in Elsevier. I've really I've enjoyed some before because of the account. So you create your account by entering your email. So let's say I'm entering my email. So I enter my email that way, then I go to continue. But if you are in University of Ghana, you should be able to even connect with Elsevier. You should be able to create it by signing in your organization. I know for University of Ghana, I don't know for other institutions. So if you are University of Ghana, you can use your University of Ghana account to just go sign in via your organization, and it will sign because University of Ghana has subscribed or they are affiliated to. They have an affiliation with Elsevier. So it makes it much easier. So maybe I can use my so I already have my account with uh sorry, I didn't enter it well. Should be this okay. Good. So you follow that and then you create your account. So because my account is verified, they won't require me to enter name. I'll just enter my password and then that is it. I'll log in. But if you are new, they'll ask you to enter your first name, which is the given name, and then the last name, then you create. Then when you go back to your email, you should have a mail requiring you to confirm. Once you do that, you have already created the account with them. So do that and then give me the feedback in your chat box. Try to create your account and then give me the feedback in your chat box. So this is more like practical. So if you're able to create an account, let me know. If you're able to create, just send a message into the chat box and we'll go to the next thing. Okay. Some of you have accounts already. That is impressive. Okay, so some of you are successful with the account. Good. Yeah, so someone is saying he or she just joined. Yeah, that is what we are doing now. We are creating the Elsevier account. So this one is not just Mendeley account. We are creating account for Elsevier. And Elsevier owns Mendeley. So once we have Elsevier account, we can freely use our Mendeley. If you are University of Ghana, you are already part of this. University of Ghana has already done this for you. So yours is just to enter your UG email and your password, then you are done. If you are new, you have to create an account. But if you already have the account, okay. If you already have the account, you just sign in and we are good to go. I'm giving extra 5 minutes for this activity, then we proceed. Good. Yeah, say Poku says he has that. Christina says she has the account already. Account successfully created. Yeah, we will download it. Don't worry. I don't want us to use the Mendeley reference manager. I want us to download the desktop version, the old version. That one becomes much easier when using. I want us to feel comfortable. The using the cloud-based one is somehow not user-friendly since you are new. And even if it is user-friendly, I wouldn't still use it because the desktop gives me that easy access to use it even when I don't have internet. So I like the desktop. So you hold on, I'll show you the two sites where you can download. So you can download the cloud-based one directly from here. When you go to download, you can download that one. So you just click on downloads and you can download that particular one. So you can download the web-based one, which is the Mendeley reference manager from this side. But I don't want us to use this one. Yeah, if you have an old version, can you still log into the new version? Yeah, you can log in the old version. It works. It works. The old account will still work. And then if you already have it downloaded, you will just log in using your account. If you have an account already, they'll prompt you that it is already registered. So you have to log in. Otherwise, you have to reset it. So if you have it and you've forgotten, you have to reset your account. Okay, I think my 5 minutes is over. Okay, let me just add 1 minute. Let me add 1 minute for others who are here to download. Good. So if you're able to create the account, you can log in and you can log in to see if it is actually working. Now, you log in back to the Mendeley site like this, where you went to create the account, try to log in and see. If you log in, your name should appear on the top right corner. Your name will appear on the top right corner. So you see SN, that is Simon Yako. Your name will appear on the top right corner if you log in back again. Now you can even use this site to create your research profile. It gives you that access to create your research profile, and you can even search for articles from Elsevier or search for articles here. So it's even with this version, you can search for papers. No need to just even go to Google. Just come here, you just search in So they've given you a trial thing. So when you type COVID-19, you see papers displaying. And you type obesity. So they've given you already examples. So you can just type in whatever you want to type. And Elsevier will give you a lot of papers. So that is one advantage of you even having the account this way. Good. So if you want to download the reference Mendeley Manager, the new version, you just go to download now for Windows. Now, when you go down, you are going to see Mendeley Reference Manager for Mac OS, Mendeley Reference Manager for Linux. So if you are using Linux, you as your OS as your software, you can just as your operating software, you can just click on Linux. If you are using Windows, you just click on download now for Windows. If you are using Mac, you just go to where they've written Mendeley Reference Manager for Mac OS, then you download. It works. This is the new version. If you want to download the new version, like I said earlier, I do not like the new version. The old version still looks good. Good. If you want to download this one, fine. Those who want to go with me to download the old version, let's go. So the new version, it has this particular interface. So you have the library area where you see add new. You have that is when you want to import a document. We have all references recently added. Now both of them have this. The old version, the new version. When you open, they all have this. You are going to see recently added. That is where you can see papers that you've added recently. You also have recently read papers that you've actually read. You also have, yes, your interface is different. When I go to the desktop, maybe you may be having the desktop interface. This is just the new version. And even with the new version, I think that basically it should look like this, but this is um, on a notebook, so you should understand. Maybe it can appear differently on another, so the interface can change. Don't worry about it. But you should be able to still see these library features because that is what you are going to use. Then collections, you should be able to see collections. The collection is where you are going to create your folders or you are going to do your collection stuff where you want to keep set. So every reference should have a collection that it belongs to. Then if you have groups, you should be able to see groups there. Now, if it is new, you are not going to see these things. So you don't worry, we will get there. Now, let's download the old version, then I'll give space for questions before I proceed. Let's download the old version, which I really like. Now, if you want to download the new version, sorry, the old version, which is a desktop, just type Mendeley desktop installers. Just type Mendeley desktop installers. Now, the old version, the recent one is 1.19.8. And that one I've provided the link there that you can download if you want the new version. But if you are using, if you want the latest version, that is the updated one. But basically, I use 1.19.5 and it works fine. So you can download 1.19.5, which is the one just before the latest version. We have 0.3 there, but the new version there, the desktop version, sorry, the cloud-based version has already entered like 2 point something. So it doesn't matter. So let's download. So when you type Mendeley desktop installers, you see it display this way. Then you click on Mendeley desktop. So let me demonstrate that one too for you. If your interface is different, don't worry. So you just type desktop installers. Mendeley desktop installers. And once you type that, you see the Mendeley desktop 1.19.5. Then you click on it. When you click, it displays this way. If you are using Windows, you just download the first one. That is, the system itself will recommend for you based on the machine you are using. If you are using OS, the OS will be recommended for you. If you are using Ubuntu, it will be there. If you are using Linux, it will be there. So even the desktop version gives you access to download Ubuntu. So if you are using Ubuntu or software, you can still download from here. Now, if you are using 32-bit, download that is, if you are using Mac and it's 32-bit, download Mac 32-bit. If you are using, if you are using, let's say, Linux 32-bit, download for 32-bit. If you are using 64-bit, download for 64-bit. For Windows, it actually picks whether you are using 64 or 32. So yours is just to click to download. Now, once you download it, you now try to open it. I already have it, so there's no need I download. But once you download, you see it downloading at this side. So it has completed downloading, and yours is just to go to your downloaded files and you install it. So it's downloaded. I just have to go and then install. So also do the installation and then let's proceed. So I'm giving some time for the installation and I'll take some questions. Download the desktop version and we proceed. However, if your internet is not is worrying you or you're unable to access it, the video is recorded. I'll just send it so that you download it before we meet tomorrow. If you are successful with the installation of the desktop version, whether 1.19.5 or 1.19.8, let me know. If you are successful with the installation, let's demonstrate with the desktop version so that if you think you are okay and you want to use the cloud-based, that one is fine. But I always advise you use the desktop version because Ghana, we have poor internet connectivity. So the desktop version, you can use it even if you are not connected to the internet. When you are done with the installation, kindly go ahead and then log in. Okay, somebody has been able to update to the latest version. That is impressive. 1.19.8. Then I have to also try and update. I'm enjoying the 195. I'm feeling lazy to update. The updated one might have some few features that a 95 may not have. Okay, installation done successfully. Once you install, kindly log in and see the interface, how it displays. If you're able to log in and it displays type done, then I'll know that this time around you have your interface ready. So after downloading, try to log in with your Mendeley account or your Elsevier account or your University of Ghana account. Once you are able to log in, you just type done, and I know your screen is ready. Okay, so whilst waiting, I think I can pick some questions from this side. Let me see if I can. Please, if you want to ask a question, turn on your mic and then you talk. I think I've not restricted that. Try, I think I've not restricted that. So if you want to ask a question, have I restricted it? I think I've not restricted. Okay, so Ernestina, you can talk.
Okay, good evening and thank you. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Thank you very much. My interface is, it has welcome to Mendeley. And then,
Is it a desktop version?
yeah, I think I had it already, something already. So
Okay.
the account was there.
Okay, but did you check if you have if you have it on your desktop on your computer?
I really didn't check. It just once I did the
Yeah,
Mendeley.com.
you may have the account, but before you, since you are not going to use it online, check on your desktop among the icons to see if you have the Mendeley icon there.
Okay.
Have you checked?
I'm trying to check here. Mendeley.
Maybe you didn't create shortcuts or you didn't create you didn't allow it to
No,
create.
I don't have anything like that.
So search, just go to your search and type Mendeley. It will come, then you run it.
There is nothing there, but
Then that means you have to re-download. Meaning you downloaded, maybe you created an account, all right, or maybe you have University of Ghana account, or if not
no,
installed.
I'm not with the University of Ghana.
Okay, then that means you have to download again, go through the process and download. Well, if you have, let me show you something. Let me demonstrate it for you to see. I'm coming a minute.
I think I have, is it reference manager software, Mendeley?
Yeah. That is it. That should be it. You have it.
So should I download the Mendeley desktop?
What you have it on your desktop already?
No, there is no icon on the desktop. I just searched and I saw
In your
that.
search button, or
Yes,
you search
please.
online.
No, the search button.
Okay, then you have to go to you have to run it. So click on it to open.
Yes, I did that and it took me to Mendeley desktop, then download.
Oh, they want you to download.
Yes.
Then I think you have to go through the whole process and download.
Okay.
However it is, let us know. Okay, let me pick
Okay,
anything.
thank you.
Okay. Okay. Douglas, you can now talk.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Sir, please, my own tool is similar to what our sister was saying. It's welcome to your Mendeley library. That's the interface I have now.
Can you send me, can you take a screenshot and send it to me on our institution line? The number on the flyer, the MTN number.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I will address that for you.
Okay.
But I think
But
maybe
I have it on my desktop. It has installed on my desktop.
so. Click on the icon and it will open. Then you log in. That's all. What did you see?
I'm opening it.
Okay. All right.
So you have add reference.
Good. So your desktop is your Mendeley is working. That's all. It's ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you too.
Eugene. Hello, Eugene. You can talk.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please, and thank you very much. What I was doing my undergrad, somebody
Okay.
introduced me to it, and then he tried creating an account for me with the Mendeley. So
Okay.
more of took me to like a beginner, something like that.
Okay.
But now, when you told us to create an account, I followed the procedure to know how it's actually done. So I created the account with a different Gmail.
Okay.
So when I open the Mendeley, the one on my laptop already, it gave me the interface of where the PDFs are used for my undergrad work research.
That
So
is
I want
why
to ask if I can change the.
No, don't change. You can still use it, but I'll show you how we manage it. When we are going to do any citation, we will create a folder for the work, the project. So
Okay.
one advantage, like when I started, I told you that this one, wherever you are, any day, anytime, when you open, you still get back all your references. It is just because you are still using that same software.
Okay.
Yeah, so you will still get everything back. And that is the advantage.
Okay, so the account cannot be changed, right?
You can
On the
log out
Mendeley.
and log in. You can log out and log in with a new email.
So where is it done? Well, when I click
You
on
see, when you check
where
out, it seems you see a profile. Your profile, there you see your name or your image or let's say something up there on the top
there
right.
is top right here. My name is there, and then there
Did you
is
click
an
on it
icon
to
of
see?
yeah. I click on it, but nothing is happening.
Oh, okay. Then you send me a screenshot. I'll address that for you. But don't worry, once it's working.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Then Asari, ask your question, then we proceed. Hello, Asari.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Doc. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, Doc, I thank you for the opportunity. I want to ask if you can use two different accounts for the Mendeley desktop and the Mendeley reference manager, two different accounts. Then
To
can
sync.
you, after you've used it, can you sync all your references after you've done it?
Yes, it has good synchronizing feature. When we started, I told you that one interesting thing about Mendeley is that you can sync from cloud. If you have the cloud base, you can still transfer or sync it to the desktop version. It works. So there's no need to even create a different account again.
Okay,
Hello?
thank you so much.
Welcome. All right, so at this point, let's proceed to a different thing. I'm sure we have our interface ready now. So let's go. The desktop version. Okay, let me take the last question from Womana. Yeah, Womana.
Okay, thank you, sir. So sorry, I really occupied, so I just joined not long, and I already have the Mendeley on my PC. That's the Mendeley desktop. So should I just tap? Of course, I'm new to it as well. So should I just tap on it
Yeah,
when
so
it opens?
open it and log in. If you open, they'll tell you to sign in. Then
Okay.
complete those processes. Then you are there. When you sign in, you should see a profile. Your name appear at the top right, and
Okay.
that's all. It means that you are in.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
I wanted to proceed over last one from Justice. Last one. We have a lot to do. Yeah, Justice, we are listening.
Yeah, I just joined and I didn't get it from the beginning.
Well,
I don't know how can you help me?
Because at this point we have already done installation created. So okay, so first of all, go to your browser and then type mendeley.com. Then you see a display. You create your Mendeley account there. Then after that,
Hello?
you go. Yes. Just this.
Yes, sir.
So you go to your browser. You type in mendeley.com. It will display. There will be a display for you to create an account for Mendeley. So create that account, and then you now go back to, or you now open a new tab. Then you type Mendeley desktop installers. Then you download the first one on your computer.
Okay.
Just as you are seeing on the screen.
Okay.
Good. And when you install it, then you now log in. Once you are logged in, you are good to go.
Okay. Mendeley.
Yeah, so follow that. I have to proceed. We have a lot to look at today. Good. So let's proceed. Good. So this is the interface of the desktop version. This is the interface of the desktop version. Your desktop version appears like this. So if now you are seeing this because you've already also added documents. But if you open it for the first time, please, can you all hear me? Somebody says she can't hear. Sorry, he can't hear me. Am I audible?
Yes, please. I can hear you from here.
Okay, then the person should check the sound. So this is the interface of the desktop version. When you open, I'm sure we all have it open, and this is the interface. So the blue, the part that I've circled blue, it's your library area. Now just On the first tab, you are seeing features like, let me go to the next one. That one is more clearer. So the blue part I've highlighted is the library area. So that is your Mendeley library. Then the red area, the red zone, it's where your references will appear. All your references will appear there as you want them, whether they are complete or incomplete. Normally, a complete one should have the author, based on default settings, you have the author, title of the paper, the year, published in which journal, and added. But you can change the appearance. But by default, you are likely to see this. Now you will see some green tabs there. Sometimes, so if you see it like that, it tells whether you have read or not. Then you can favorite some of them. The star there at your reference area, you have a star there. The star portion also gives you the access to star or favorite some of the references, and they will appear at the favorites. So when you favorite a paper, it goes to favorite. Now, at the library side, there's something I need to talk about. You see, we have all documents. We have recently added. We have recently read. We have favorites. We have needs review. So if you still need to review a paper, maybe add some missing components, you can send it to needs review. And then we have my publications. This one is for you, the one using the Mendeley. Assuming you have publications, you can keep all your publications at the site, so that anytime you come there, your papers that you've published are at the my publications. Then we have unsorted. The unsorted will give you like a mix-up. It gives you a mix-up. It's not well arranged. So now what you see as Elsevier is a folder that has been created. So you can create a folder and name it based on the project that you are doing. So for example, if you are doing a project on, let's say HIV, you just, or maybe HIV among adolescents, you just type it HIV-adolescents, so that you name that folder for your use. It means that all references that will go there are actually references for that particular project. We will look at how to manage our library. So for now, we wouldn't bother that much. Then you can also see all down there. You can filter what should appear there. So when you filter, when you click on filter, you will see filter based on what you want to view, whether recently added, whether favorite, or whether needs review. It will appear at that portion for you. Then let's go to the red zone again. That is your reference area. Here, if a paper has its PDF, you will see the PDF icon there. So in this case, you see the PDF icon, but one, that is a paper that is Adelman, doesn't have a PDF. That means possibly it could be just an ordinary document or maybe something else. It's not a PDF version. So that one too will let you see whether the paper is PDF or it is not. Now, if it is a PDF, once you click on it, the PDF will open for you to read and you take your notes. Now, the year also is the year of publication, and you can even sort how it appears. So you can arrange them based on order of year or anyway. Those ones, when you go to edit settings, you can do those kind of things. Then we have year published. Published in. The published in here tells you the journal that your article has been published. If it is not a journal or it's not a published article, that column will be missing. So if that portion is missing, it should just tell you that it's not possibly a published paper. Maybe it could be a document of an organization or a website. Then added. Now, one interesting about the added column is that it tells you the time frame that the paper has been added. So if you are working and you want to look at papers that you just added 1 minute ago, it will tell you. Or you can, so this one was added February 11th, blah, blah, blah. But if it is added just a minute ago, you see the minutes there, or you see the time in minutes and seconds there. That means that this is the paper you just added. Then let's go to that pink area. They even pink color, purple or whatever. Then this purple. Then you see details. The details column tells you everything about the paper that you've opened. So in this case, it tells us that the paper ACA you've has been opened, or is what we've highlighted. That is the active paper. And that one was published in International Journal of Forensic Sciences. So you see the details about the paper there. So International Journal of Forecasting, sorry, that is the journal name will appear. Authors will appear, Y, ACA, E, blah, blah, blah. Then you can also read from here by tapping on that Mendeley symbol. When you tap on it, it will open for you to read. Then the paper title is Forecasting Method Selection in a Global Supply Chain. Then the type is journal article. Now, if the paper is not a journal article, and let's say it is a website, it will display, or over there you see website. If it is a book, you will see book there. So any paper you are working with, Mendeley is able to really tell automatically whether it's a website or not. However, you also have access to edit from here. For example, this paper, the year is not there, it's missing. You can quickly go to the Google again, check the year very well, then you come and enter it manually. We will do those things going tomorrow. Then the volume, you can get a volume of this paper. This is volume 28, issue number 4, and pages 842 to 846. That is the pages for that. Then you can even read the abstract here without even clicking on the PDF. You can read the abstract here. So in supply chains, forecasting is an important determinant of. So once you read, there is a portion called notes where you can make your small notes there. So these are all features that are available for you to use. So this is an interface I've taken from my own Mendeley. So we have, this is an interface from my own Mendeley. So I have works. So when you check the library area, you will see that I have works that I've done on HPLC, medical plants. I've named them how I want. So I've done a microbial quality on smoke fish. So I've named it like that. I have document purposely for you, University of Ghana, that I've labeled it like that. I have a scoping review that I did. I've created a folder scope. I did a work on opioids, I've labeled it. I did a work on pharmacokinetic, I labeled it. Then I did a work on prematurous women, I've labeled it prima. So anything I do, I label it. So pharmacovigilance, I labeled it vigilance. So when I open the folder, I know that all these references there are peculiar to that particular paper. But I can get all references when I just go to all references. So remember the first page, when you come to all documents. So when you go to all documents, you see everything that is within these folders displayed. But if you want specific ones, you just click on the particular folder. Tomorrow we'll start creating folders for. Then up there, on the bar up there, you will see file. We will see edit. We will see view. You will see tools, and you will see help. Below that, we see add. Now we will see folders. That is if I want to create a folder, I want to add a folder. Then you see sync. The synchronizing here keeps you real-time updated. Maybe I've imported a paper, I'm not seeing it. I can just go to sync and the paper will be displayed quick. That is the synchronizing or sync button. So these are useful buttons. If I want to search a paper quickly, I can go to the search button that is on the top right. I just search the paper and it will display for me. Now, when you open the file, you see a lot of options, and it actually varies from the web base. That's why I like the desktop. When you go to file, you see a lot of features, whether you should add the paper in a form of BibTeX, whether you should add it in a form of, let's say you have Zotero BIS, you want to import the paper in a form of BIS, you can just select it from that part. Then when you go to edit tool, we have the edit tools, the copy, whatever, they are the copy, paste. Then tools, you see, basically for the tools, you're going to see For the desktop version, you are expected to see about 3 of them. But the cloud version, sometimes you see 2. Now, if you are using a desktop version, you see install Mendeley plugin. But if you are using the web base, or let's say the cloud, you see install Mendeley web, install Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. They are all the same. So whether you see plugin or Mendeley site is okay. So click on your tools and let's see what you see. Click on the tools and let's see the features you see. You can type some of them. I want to be sure whether if you are using a desktop version, you should be able to see about 3 of them. Let me open that for you. So I appreciate it. I'm going to demonstrate with my Mendeley. So I've updated to 1.19.8. A minute. I want to share. Okay, so I'm sharing my Mendeley. I'm sharing my Mendeley interface. Good. So when you go to edit, you see undo, redo, you see find, you see cut, you see copy, paste, select all, new folder, new group. So if you want to create a new group, you just go to new group. If you want to create a folder, you can quickly just go to new folder or Control-Shift-N. Now, if you go to the file, for the desktop version, you will see your account here. So the other person who wanted to log out, you see sign out your email. So that one is just displayed here, where you can sign out from it. So you can sign out and sign in with your new email. Then we also have, if you want to remove a folder from your cloud, from your manager, you can remove it from this side. But that one, you have to click on the folder first. Let's say I want to export this in a form of, so let's say I'm having my Mendeley references and I want to rather transfer it for somebody to open it on EndNote. I'll just go to import, then I go to EndNote XML and I'll click on it. It will generate a particular link, or let's say a system for me that when I send it to the person can import and it will be displayed on the person's EndNote. If I want to export it as BibTeX, I can also export. If I want to export it as RIS. So for instance, those of you who use, let's say Ryan, which is an AI that we use for systematic reviews, assuming you can't pay for Confidence, but you want to use Ryan, you can export your document as RIS or BibTeX and import it over there. All your references will appear. If I want to add files, I just click on add files. If I want to add folder, I just go to add folder. If I want to just watch a folder, I can just go, and that is it. If I want to manually enter, I click on enter manual, and here I'll start entering my author, my journal. We use these ones normally when we are trying to make some corrections. I don't really think you should even bother yourself, unless maybe the formatting is not okay, you want to correct some things, then you do it manually. Otherwise, there's no need. Then we have the view. So you can view as library, you can do the library as citations. So you see how it will appear. It means that everything you will see here will be only citations. I can also change the view back into library as a table. Then I can also view as citation style. So I can change the citation style. I have a lot of them here. We have AMA, we have, but KNUST also have their own referencing style on Mendeley. So those of us who went to KNUST, especially at the College of Health, we have specifically Faculty of Pharmacy, you have Dr. Agana taking you through some of these things, and she will show you the KNUST referencing style. I didn't install it here. So University of Ghana or wherever, you can also, every institution can have the ability to create their own referencing style here. And this one, we have Harvard reference format 1. We have Cite Them Right, Harvard. We have Chicago Manual, Vancouver, a lot of styles. If you want more styles, you just go to more styles and a lot of styles will appear for you. We have the IEEE. If you want your reference to appear as square bracket, normally we use the IEEE. Yeah, so when we start using them, you appreciate how they work. Okay, then let's go to the tools. Good, okay. So even with a desktop, you would rather see 4. You see the web install web importer. We will do that in the next slide. We have install MS Word because I already have it. That's why I'm seeing uninstall. But if you are new, you will see it as install. This is what gives you the access to directly import or directly reference to your Word without any stress. So if you don't have the MS Word the Word plugin, it will not work. Then if you don't have the install web importer installed too, you will not be able to import references from your browser to your Mendeley. And you can also check for duplicates. So let's say I have this folder, cervical cancer. I have a lot of references here, and I want to check for duplicate. I'll just go to tools and I check for duplicate. It will check. Here it says no duplicates found in cervical cancer folder. That is. But if there are duplicates, it will actually list the duplicates and tell you either to merge or remove them. Good. Let me check on the drug abuse folder. Let me see if I have duplicates there. You just click on check duplicates. Yes, I have 2 duplicates. So I can quickly flash this duplicate out, or I can just remove one. So if I want to remove, I'll right click and I'll go to, either I'll merge them to make it one, or if they are not duplicates, I can confirm that they are not duplicates. If I want to remove 2, I can just delete documents. So delete document and it will delete. In this case, I'll merge it as 1, so it will not be duplicate again. Good. Let's proceed. Or should I demonstrate how to create a folder? Okay, so if you want to create a folder, when you come to the library area, you see where they've written create folder. In this case, it's just after vigilance. So I'll just click on create folder. So I'll name it how I want. Let's say trial. So this is a trial. Then I'll just click on enter. So I'll use it tomorrow. So I've created a folder called trial. Nothing is inside there. When I click, no references there, it's empty. I will use it probably tomorrow. And if you want to create groups too, you just go to create groups and you ask you create private group, your name of your group, let's say Reggae. I'll create your group. Then I'll invite all my group members through email and they will join, and that is all. So let me delete group. Good. Now let me go to my slide again. Good. So all these papers are added on September 2nd. So you see the dates there. And when you look at my referencing library, I don't have reference that are below 2020. Because always I like to be within, unless maybe if you see below 2020, then that means if it's older than 2020, that means it's either a framework or something, a theory that actually everything you see here is new references. Good. Now, when we enter the tools, we saw plugins. So we saw the plugins. We saw the Mendeley side. That is if you are using the cloud-based, the new version. And then we also saw the web importer. We are going to install these two tools. Now, what does the plugin do? It is because of the plugin that you are able to reference directly in your Microsoft Word. And what does the web importer do? It's because of the web importer, that is why you are able to import a reference from Google or from your browser directly to your Mendeley tool. We will demonstrate these two today. Now let's go to how we install that. First of all, you click on tools. So after opening, let's demonstrate this. After opening your Mendeley tool or your manager, you click on tools, then you click on install web importer. When you click on install web importer, you are going to see a feature like this. I already have web importer installed, so I can't demonstrate from my end. But when you click on install web importer, it will take you to your browser. Now, some of you, you've made your Chrome browser default. Others have made your Explorer or your other browsers default, your Microsoft Edge default. You have to go, and if you want to be using Chrome, make sure that if you use Chrome as your default browser, because anytime you have anything to open a browser, it uses your default browser. So it is best you choose one of your browsers as your default browser. So if Chrome is your default, is what you want as your default browser, you go and then make Chrome your default browser. It will take you to Chrome like this. Then you are going to see a feature just like that. So in this case, because I already have, I can go to Google and search it and it will appear like that. So when you go there, you click on Get Web Importer for Chrome. Do that and let's see what happens. Let me try using Google Access and you see how it will appear. Okay. All right. So I'll go to, I'm trying to demonstrate it for you to see. Good. So I'll just go to Mendeley. So I use Chrome as my default browser. So Mendeley web importer. I can search it from here. If you want, you can. If you click it from the tool, it will take you directly. If you want to, you can come to this side and type. Then once you open that, you are going to see it. So you see Chrome Web Store. At the Chrome Web Store, you are going to see the feature display like this. You see, I already have the extension. So that's why I'm saying remove from Chrome. But if you are new, you will see install. You see install. So let me use a different browser and see if that one will be more probable for us. Okay. Mendeley web importer. So when you open, then you go to Chrome Web Store. Then you click on the Chrome Web Store. So you are going to see here, add Chrome. So once you click on the add Chrome, it will add it as an extension. Now, how do you see where your extensions are? Your extensions are this structure here. That after your star in Chrome, that thing that looks like a toy image, that is the extension. So you look for the extensions. When you click on extensions, all extensions that you have will appear there. And you should be able to see your web importer may attach as an extension there, or your Mendeley extension there. Try that and let's see. So when you see this, you go to, if you go directly from the tool, it will give you this option. Then you just click on Get Web Importer for Chrome. If you are using Microsoft Edge, it has what it will display. If you are using other web browsers, you also find something new. Now, once you get it, it will appear on the bar like this. So you see the M symbol at the top. Where your profile is, you see the M symbol there. That should tell you that it has, the Mendeley importer has been added as an extension. Then you click on it and then you go to sign in. Then you sign in with your email that we've created. Let's do that. I'm giving you some few minutes. So after getting the web importer, you click, you see it as an extension. You click on it, then you see display like this, sign in. Once you sign in, it will be there. We'll use it for something again. So you sign in with your Elsevier account. Try that and let's see. If you are successful, you type done or successful. Yeah, so if you see Get Web Importer, you click on the Get Web Importer for Edge. That is, if you are using Edge, you get Web Importer for Edge. If you are using Chrome, you see Get Web Importer for Chrome. That is how it works. If you are able to do that, let me know. Whilst we are waiting, I can pick some questions if you have some. If you have any question at this point, you can ask whilst I wait for you to do it. Okay, I have Florence here. Florence, ask your questions.
I say, please,
Yes.
after installing the extension, when I click on that toy, I can see the stuff, the Mendeley web importer
Yeah.
there.
So you click on the web importer plugin and extension. Then you log in with your.
Yeah, but what happens is that when I click on it, it says abort. I don't know.
Abort. Whoa.
Yeah, it acts as if it's going on, and then abort, and then the old page comes with a remove at the side. Featured.
Not witness that it should work. Maybe let another person try and listen.
Okay.
It should work. It should work because once you have even if you don't have Mendeley installed and you try to do it, they will still tell you to sign in. So you should have given you permission to sign in.
Okay, so I'm sorry, please. This Mendeley sign that comes red, is it coming in the other interface or the new interface that popped up with the extension?
It will that so after you have gotten the importer, it either appears at the top as M, or you see that extension too.
Oh.
So you can click on the extension 2, then you see there, then you click on the M, or you can see the M displayed in this case. So when you look at what I've displayed on my presentation, you will see Monica. Monica is an AI that I used to read from Google without stress. Then you see Grammarly, in between Grammarly and then the extension, you see the M. So some people will have the M like this, others will have it found in the extension. So you can click on the extension, you see it there. Then you click on the M.
Okay. That's exactly what mine did. It came in between my Grammarly and things, but
So
when I click
on that one, click on that one instead.
It says that it's there, but when I click on it, it doesn't go anywhere. It just goes round. Am I supposed to pin it, please?
No, you should have. Okay, let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate from this side and see. A minute.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. I'm using a different. Okay. Projecting it and then demonstrate from this side. So Mendeley web importer. Then I go to Mendeley web importer, then back to Chrome. So what extension? Yes. Let's see what happens. The extension will be downloaded. Now, when the extension downloads, let's go to the download history and see if we could. So when you go to extension like this, it's found here. I don't know if you have seen something like that. So I don't have mine appeared in the middle, I have it here. Then I click on the extension. Okay. Can't read or change size it. Let me see what's happening. Okay, when you click on when you downloaded, there was a link that came with it.
Yeah.
Did you click on that link?
Yes, I did. It's showing the initial one that so I wanted to know the place you're asking for the login. Is it on the Mendeley Elsevier name I should click on?
Yes, on the Mendeley web importer. Did you see this?
Yes, it's there.
Okay, I don't know why.
It's there.
Let me use the other settings. Okay. Okay, but that of EndNote is working fine. What's wrong with EndNote? Mainly when you import, it came with a link. Let me remove it and then install again. Okay. So remove and let's install again and this is something. I think when you do that, it came with a link that we didn't take notes. So part is taken. So I shrink. And has someone been successful with it? Did you come directly to Chrome to enter, or you came from, you used the tool?
Please, I use the tool.
Oh, it should work. Oh. So I don't know. Maybe let's close and then.
Okay. Whilst you are going to try and work it out.
Because it should work. Let me open the other side. It should work. So if that one doesn't work, it will be difficult for you to import.
But when I look through my extension, it's there all right.
That is where we'll be needing it. Okay, but you don't worry. We let it be there. But when we are about to use it, I will see how we will navigate that side. Okay.
Yes, please.
How you should work. Okay, someone is saying I should go over. Let me use my already version and let's see if that one works for me. Again, mine is not opening today. I think, well, these are all extensions. So, or then this might be a system error, not from our end today. Let me search a paper. Let's It will open. Oh, it's opening. So let's try opening the paper and let's use the approach and see. Type an article, anything in your mind, and when an article displays, click on it and let's see if that one will open. Let's use this for my approach and see. Open the paper, these are any article, and then you try to click on it, and let's see if what they say again. Okay, Regina, ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So I did as you said, and then I can see in the extension the like 12 references. I can see a number of articles there.
Good. Did you were able to log in, right?
It didn't even, it asked for login, sign in. Before I could log in, it had just
Yeah, because
gone.
you already have the account login already when we started the process.
So I've seen a number of articles there. Like
Yes. So in that case, anyone you prefer, you just click on it. So let me also log in from here to demonstrate what we are talking about. So when you are successful, you see it like this. So the paper that you are reading was on HIV prevalence, and this is the paper I selected, and you see it already even take blue. So once you see something like this, you see other papers that they will suggest, but that is not what you want. The one you read or you open is the one that will be displayed for you first. It has PDF with it. So yours is just to go to add. When you click on add, it will add it to your Mendeley directly. So if you are successful, you should see something like this. Okay, Regina is okay now, fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you.
I'm okay too. I can see it now.
Okay, that's fine. So maybe it's because we didn't open any paper. It didn't display it for us.
And then I'm sorry, I think that I have Edge and Chrome running at the same time. So I was looking at it in Chrome whilst I was using Edge. So probably it could be part of it.
I see.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. So this particular tool, the web importer, helps you to import the paper directly into your Mendeley without stress. So you don't have to, so yours is just to read, open it here, add it as a reference, and you go back. So let me add. So I'm adding it. Let me choose a folder. If you don't have a folder yet, it will go to all. But because I have a folder created, let me select the folder I want it to go. Let me let it go to which folder? HIV work. I have HIV work. So let me just go to add. Once I click on add, you see adding. If it has both PDF, it will take. So you see it has PDF, so it will take. If it is not PDF, it will not take. The PDF portion will come red, cancelled. But because it has PDF, it will take. The PDF portion will take, meaning that this is having PDF. Now in this case, if you want to be sure that the paper is going to your Mendeley, you just go back to your Mendeley software, open it, the desktop version, open it, and then click on sync. The paper should display. If you go to sync, that paper should display there for you.
Yeah, it's there now.
Good. Progress. So this one, you see, you don't have to now read and write a reference manually to go and enter. It will just go there directly for you. Okay, let me pick Isaiah. Isaiah, talk. Isaiah, talk. Okay. Let me pick okay, Isaiah, you are not talking. Okay, I'm sure we are okay with it. I'm going over the steps again. Those who didn't get the web importer, let me go over again. I'm going over again. So we are going to first of all, go to your tools. When you go to tools, you now click on install web importer from the tools. So we have it here, install web importer. When you click on install web importer, it will take you to your default browser. It will take you to your default browser. Once it takes you to your default browser, you are going to see get Mendeley web importer. Then you click on it and it will add as an extension for you. So let me. So from tools, install web importer, we click on it. It takes us to our browser. You cannot see my browser because of the features in. So let me project that one for you to see. When you do that, it will take you to this side. From the tools, when you click on install web importer, it will take you to this side. Then you click on get web importer for Chrome. So when you do that, it is going to create, but because I already have it, you are not going to see anything. But if this is your first time, you will see it downloading. Once it downloads, you are going to see it either appeared here or it will be at the extensions. So at the extensions, you see M, that is Mendeley, and you click on it. So for now, because I've not opened a paper, it's likely not to display. But if I want to see it is working, then let's say I can try to download a paper. Let's say challenges. So let's say I have a paper like this. So let me choose this biomedical central paper. I'm using Google. You can also use Google Scholar to search, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So I have a paper from Biomedical Central, Springer. Then it displays like this. I want to add this one as a reference. I can go to the extensions to see my my Mendeley extension. I click on it. Now I've already logged in, so it won't ask me to log in. But if you are new, it will ask you to log in. Once you log in, the paper will be displayed here. But the paper is here is COVID-19 in Ghana, challenges and countermeasures for maternal health services delivery in public health. So you see that paper here. Then you go to add to any folder you want. But because you've not created folders yet, you can just add it just to see if it will appear in your Mendeley. So add. Once you click on add, it will take whether it has both PDF or not. So it has take PDF, it has take reference, meaning that you are going to see both PDF and reference when you go back to your Mendeley. Now, to be able to know that, you just open your Mendeley, then you click on sync, then it will come. You can just go to recently added or you see that paper there. It means that you've imported it. Yeah, so if you're using Edge, you are likely to see that they will tell you to go to Edge. Any question up to this point? If you are okay with this process, just type in the chatbot as done, then we proceed. I still have the videos for you, so you can go over and then do it. Okay. I think it's well. Now let's go to the plugin. Now the plugin, okay, you say you have a question, but you cannot unmute. Let me see. Did you raise your hand? Raise your hand and I'll call. Okay. All right, Prosper, you have the floor now.
Yes, boss, thank you. When I try to install the web importer, am I online?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. It takes me to get web importer for Edge.
Yeah. So I mean, Edge is your default browser. So you have to open Edge and do that process. Meaning that you are going to use Edge for all these things. So.
Okay.
So let me show you, for the purpose of education, let me show you how we make a browser default. This is not part of the training, but at least we need knowledge. So those who cannot switch your browsers, let me do a demonstration for you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Driving this. I'm sure you can see the desktop. Can you see my desktop?
Yes, please.
So where you've seen type here to search, you just type default. There's a short way to do that. Have you done that? So you go to app, there you see default apps. So below that you see choose web browser.
Okay.
Then you go to open. So the settings will open for you and bring you directly to web browser. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Web browser. No.
When you go to, okay, you click on default, you go to the default app side, then you scroll down to where you see web browser.
Okay.
Have you seen something like that?
Yes, please.
Then you click on the one that is the web browser that is available. You see Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Opera, depending on the browsers you have.
Okay.
So the one you want, you just click it, and then that becomes your default.
Okay. Thank you.
Can now welcome.
Okay.
So we've switched your default now. So most of you have to switch your default to get it. But now let's go to installing the plugin. We are not able to do the plugin. We cannot do tomorrow's task. So let's go to the plugin. So first of all, you open your Mendeley desktop, then you go to Tools. Under Tools, you click on Install MS Word Plugin. You click on MS Word Plugin. When you click on MS Plugin, you are likely to see something like this. Some of them wouldn't make it stressful for you. You just see a quick button like it has been added. Some others too, we have to do some settings, but majority of you should see something like installed once you click. If only you are using Microsoft 2016 upwards, you are going to get it like this. Then once you sync, sometimes they will require you to enter some information like your email, blah, 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 fill some small details. So fill those details and you see something like it has been added. So try that part and let's see what you face. For the plugin, you don't have to go online. So under the tools, you go to MS Word plugin, then you click on it, then it should install. So you are going to see something like installed. Are we successful? Are we successful with the plugin? If you are using the new version, you won't see plugin, you see Mendeley site. It's still the same thing. If you are successful, as usual, type in done. So I know we have achieved something. Without a plugin, we can't enjoy the referencing in our Word. So we are now going to link everything to our Word. Good, somebody's done. So we've made a headway. I think those who joined us first are not able to ask questions or something. Okay, Emmanuel, successful, meaning that your Word is. So if you are successful, you can just quickly close your Word and open it again, and then you check under reference to see that you have the insert citation appearing there. So you have your Mendeley cite-o-matic. This interface is what we call the Mendeley cite-o-matic. Mendeley cite-automatic, yes. It should appear here, or we can actually add it as our plugins in Word. And that one can also appear at the other right side. Now, sometimes based on the word you are using, you will not have it here. So that's why tomorrow we'll be looking at some troubleshooting. We will do some troubleshooting for some of these errors. But majority of you, after installation, you should be able to see it appear. So once you click on the reference, you should see insert citation there. You should see the Mendeley Cite-O-Matic page displayed. Once we have this feature, it means that now we are set for citations. This is the last step of the installation process. You can do this on your iPad. You can do it even on your phone that supports Microsoft Word. Even if you are using Mac or other devices, you should be able to see this, the same procedure. If you have seen this feature, type done, then we know you are set. Yeah, I'll make sure the slide and then the recordings are made available. Please, for the sake of internet and other stuff, if you're not able to install or go through the process, I'll make sure you get the recordings as early as possible so that you can download and install all these things before tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going to start citations. We are going to take real citations. These are what we need for that. So the Mendeley Cite-O-Matic is done. That's fine. It means that you are ready to ref your papers, your articles, or your thesis or manuscripts. So no more manual referencing again. Okay, so if you are done, let me know. Maybe within the next 30 minutes, we can look at how to add papers to our library. If you are done, please, they're done. I'm not getting more done, so I'm tempted not to move. I know there are technical network challenges, but if you are successful, let us know. Okay. Now let's go to how to build and organize our libraries. So simply, how do we create folders? How do we import papers? And the rest, that is what we are going to do now. Now, how do we add? Before you can cite, you have to have those papers in your Mendeley. If you don't have the papers in your Mendeley, you can't cite. So your Mendeley reference manager should have the papers you want to cite. That's why we prefer cite while you write. Yes. So you should have the papers in the Mendeley. Now, how do we add the papers into our Mendeley? We have about 4 procedures. So the first one is drag and drop PDFs. So you can download some PDFs on your computer. You can download some PDFs of, let's say, a research work on your computer. Then you just copy and drop it, or you can drag and drop it. So here you can copy. When you open Mendeley, you just drop it. I'm not able to give that interactive feature here. So what happens is that when you download the paper, open the paper as I have on my right side, then open your Mendeley. You know how to split screen into two. Even if you're able to split screen into two, you on your desktop, you can push the Mendeley so that it can contain both the Mendeley software and your document. So all you have to do is that you just drag from your document and then you drop it, or you drop from your folder, or you can even lift a whole folder and drop it. So the drag and drop helps you to simply drag a PDF into Mendeley desktop, and automatically the metadata will be extracted. That is the title, the author, the year of publication, the journal, everything will automatically be added when you drop it. Let me see if I can demonstrate that. Okay. Let me see if I can demonstrate this. Okay, so I'm sure you can see my screen. So I'm opening my folder here. So I've labeled it as dummy. And I've opened my Mendeley as well. So this is my Mendeley on the left. So what we mean is that, so I'm using the trial folder, the folder that I've labeled it as trial. It's here, nothing is inside. So I want to add papers. So quickly, I have some 2 papers here. I can just drop it, drag and then drop it here. And you see that the metadata has been extracted. So the second paper too, I can just drag and drop it. You see the metadata has also been added. That is it. So this is what we call the drag and drop method. That is the drag and drop method. So you just lift the paper and drop it. So you have your folder, you open your folder that contains your papers you want to add. Then you open your folder on your desktop, Mendeley. Then you just drag from your folder from your computer and drop it into your Mendeley software, Mendeley tool, then you are done. Okay. Practice that and let's see. I'm giving just 2 minutes for that. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . You can ask your question if you have a question to ask. So somebody is saying, can you link to Mendeley account? Yes. So if you mean like to import from somebody's account to yours, or because if you have two accounts, let's say you've created an account in one email and another account in another email, you can import from one email, one Mendeley account to the other. So you copy all the references and you export. You copy all the references and then you export it into the new one, and it will be added. But you can log in with two accounts at the same time. Yeah, if you have a question, raise your hand and I'll invite you. Yeah. Douglas. So Douglas, ask your question.
Okay. Mine is not really a question. I was having some network challenges, so immediately I downloaded the Mendeley app. I got off, so I've lost a lot of the tutorials.
Okay, so I'll share the recordings as early as possible.
Oh,
Then
okay.
you can follow and then create your. So we need that for tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Then Edmond, your question.
Yes, thank you very much. Please, I want to find out, is it always automatic if you drag and drop, for example, it will extract the metadata, or there are times the full metadata will not be extracted? And if it happens like that, how would you go about it? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So automatically you should extract if your paper has, or mostly papers from good journals, articles from good journals should have the author, year of publication, the title of the paper. But if one of this is missing, it means that the journal might not be of a good quality, or maybe it is not a published article. Let's say it's just an unpublished stuff, like let's say policy document. In that case, if some are missing, you have to do it manually. And for the manual, when you go to file, you can go to the option that you see add manually. Then you click on, let me see, I have something like that. Let me show you what I mean. I think I have a file like that. So I think I have something like, let me go to all documents. Yeah, so something like this one. Health National Institution of Occupation is a paper that I imported, but it didn't have all the things I need. So in this case, when you click on it, the detail tab will appear. Then you can manually edit it. So assuming it is, let's say, Ghana Health Service, whose document is that? I'll just type in Ghana Health Service in the detail column. Then add as institution. Then if I know the year the Ghana Service published that paper, let's say 2024, I just type in 2024. But because this one is not a published article, maybe I might not know the page, so I'll leave the page blank. And I think the title column too, I'll go and edit the title column. Let's say the paper, spoke about let's say, malaria prevalence in Ghana. So I'll go and fill all these details. In that case, see that I've completed the author, I've completed the title, I've also entered the year. But because it is not a journal article or published journal article, I may not know where it was published. But let's say if it is published by if it is published by Ghana Web, I'll just go to okay, so in this case, it's even generic. So let me change it from generic to, let's say it's an article from the media, the press. So I have options here. So I have bill, I have book section, I have case, computer program, conference, encyclopedia. Like there are a lot of things. So let's say it's a magazine. So if it's a newspaper article, I'll go and select newspaper from the type. I'll go and select newspaper article. And the publisher will be there. So publication, let's say Ghana Web. Or let's Ghana Web. And I'll enter. You see that it has also completed. So it's automated. Douglas, are you okay? Hey. Yeah, Edmond is right. Edmond, are you okay
Yes,
now?
yes, sir. Thank you very much. It's clear.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about it tomorrow. That is why. See, so give to ask your question.
Please, I wanted to ask if like you want to cite from websites like WHO, Ghana Health Service, those are not in PDF forms. How do we cite from those sites?
We will get there. That one mostly we can cite from their site, their website, and we do some editing, like a little touch. We will do that, God willing, tomorrow. So today we just need to look at what's some familiar stuff. I'm sure you're okay. We can cite directly from their website, or we can do manual. Once you enter the details, you will cite it and it will appear as you want it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So the second one is import from folders. This time around, it is not drag and drop, but you are going to import from folders from your desktop. So with that one, what you do is that you go to add files. So let me demonstrate it for you. So that one, you go to this option. You see add files. At the top left corner, you are going to see something like add files. So you just click on the add files and it will open your folders. So maybe wherever you want to pick it from, let's say I want to take it from downloads. I'll move to download. Maybe I've downloaded it. I just downloaded the paper. So I'll just click on the paper I want to add. So let's say I'm adding this paper and I'll click on open. That paper will be added. So you see the paper is the first, will be the newly added one. Okay, so let me go to newly added, recently added. If it doesn't add, that means I'm already having that paper there. That is why. Otherwise, if you don't have that paper there and it is new, that will be the newest article to appear. But you can also take your time and go through the time added. You see that particular paper you just added. Yeah, it means I already have that paper here. So it's not going to be the first. So that one is also simple. Just go to the add button. It takes you to wherever you want to add. Then just say, okay, let me go to document. So downloads can go down. So you scroll to, so if you just downloaded it recently or you've created a folder for it on your phone, sorry, on your desktop, you just move down to the paper you want to, then you quickly add it. And that is how you do it. So any folder you want, you just select your folder, then you search for the paper, then you add it. I think that one is also okay. Then the third one, we have used Mendeley Web Importer. That was the first one we did, where you open your web browser, you search for the paper you want to add. Then once the paper comes, you add it through the web importer. Then you come and sync, and you see the paper there. That is also one way to do it. And then the last one is, let's say, when you are entering it manually. When you're entering it manually. So for the manual entry too, like I demonstrated, you just, let me demonstrate it for you. You go to the so you go to file, then you go to add manually, and then it will be here. Now yours is to check if the paper is, what type of paper is it? If it is an article, you go to the type. So type of article. So if you want an article, or if you go to the type, you see whether it's an article, a book, whether it's a book section, whether it's a case. So anyone you click has the component that it will pick. So for example, if I go to a book, I have to fill the title of the book, the artist, the year, the pages. If it is, let's say, a magazine, I have to give the title of the magazine, I have to enter the authors, I have to enter the publication, I have to enter the year, and then the pages. And let's say if it is a television podcast, now I want to have to mention the title of the paper, the podcast, broadcast. I have to give the director of the broadcast. I have to give the year and then the pages. So this is when you want to do manual stuff. If it is a report to the title, the artist, the year, and then the pages. So there is also another way of entering manually. Any question up to this point? I think at this moment, we are all exhausted. If you have any question, ask and we'll continue tomorrow. But I will share the slide. Any question at this point? So all those who are lost, all those who had internet connection and couldn't follow, okay, I've not shared. Okay, so you can just send me a message on our institutional line, the MTN number that is on the flyer. Send me a message. I'll forward the link for you to get it. I was supposed to have sent a group link, which I didn't. But we have our, or personally, I can give you one of my emails. Then you can contact me, and I will send it. Or let me just give you the institutional email. I think that would be the best.
So please, a question.
Yes, ask.
Please, the last one that you showed, is it for documents that are not like in PDF form, like let's say
Manual.
the manual.
Yeah, but sometimes those that are not in PDF form, some component can be extracted. Tomorrow we will look at that. Those that will not appear, you just enter. Normally, if you are referencing from a website, it's only the date, the year that sometimes you just have to enter. So you don't worry. God willing, tomorrow we'll look at all these issues. Are you okay?
Okay, thank you.
So I'm sending you the email that you can contact me, or you can contact our number, and I'll send you the materials. I'm supposed to have created a group. So research.institute.gh@gmail.com. And for the WhatsApp line, I'm also adding that one. So you can contact me. So I send you. So I've sent both. Check in the chat box. You'll see both the email and then our contact line. Once you contact me, I'll send you the link.